Good afternoon. Today, this is our third session regarding the introducing and making a tutorial for Universe Sandbox. In the last two sessions, we just worked with some parameters in the sun and changed them and saw the results. So now I'm going to continue and introduce you the other parameters. In previous session, I just introduced you these three parameters which are really related to each other: mass, radius, and density. Now we are continuing with checking the surface temperature, luminosity, speed, rotational period, and we can check what each of them is, which role each of them has in our simulation. So we have the surface temperature. You can see it shows that the surface temperature of the sun is right now in our simulation. It's more than 5,700, and you can change the parameter from Kelvin to Celsius or Fahrenheit, whatever you want. I'm putting it on Celsius, and from here you can also change the temperature and see the results on all planets. For example, if I want, I can twice the temperature here. You can increase it in small steps from here, or if you want, you can just have a twice temperature from here, or you can increase it 10 times. For example, if I multiply it by 2, you can see the color of the sun has been changed. Now we have a sun with 12,000 centigrade temperature, and for sure it has lots of effects on the planets. Let's see what's going on other planets. If our sun, you can see the color is definitely changed. It's more brighter. And if I go to, for example, the Earth, I can see the Earth's temperature also. Oh, it's being changed, it's being increasing. Average temperature right now is 300 centigrades. And the composition, if I go to the composition, there is a parameter which is life likelihood. You can see the life likelihood is less than 1%, so we have lost almost all the population of the world with this change. And the Earth's temperature is still increasing. It's now close to 400. You can see in the surface the situation of temperature of all points of the Earth. I'm just increasing. You know, in the first session I just told you how to increase the speed of simulation. From here you can increase or decrease the simulation speed, or from the shortcuts which you have defined on your keyboard, which for I myself it is number 1 and number 2. You can set it whatever you want. I will review that part. From the setting input, you can set whatever you want in any parameters. For example, I've set the increase target simulation with 2 and decrease target simulation with 1. So you can set whatever you want. This is about the surface temperature. Let's go to other parameters. I will bring it back to the amount around the original amount, so it was something like 5,500. The next parameters which we can change is the sun luminosity. Originally this is 1. We have a 1 luminosity as a parameter here, and this is a normal. But if you just increase this luminosity, the other parameters might be changed. For example, it has a direct effect on the surface temperature of the sun, and also again we would have lots of increase or decrease in other planets' temperature. For now I'm making it twice or 4 times more. You can see we have this luminosity parameter 4 times more, and the temperature started increasing. If I make it faster, you can see the temperature is increasing, and also the speed is increasing. The speed is actually being in a toleration, but the surface temperature is fastly increasing, and in a direct relationship also the temperature of all planets would be increased. You can see the average temperature of the Earth is again more than 250 centigrade. So with playing with this luminosity, we can increase or decrease the amount of the lights which is absorbing by other planets, and which it has the direct effect on their temperature and living situation. If I just increasing it faster, for example, right now this is 32 times more, you can see the surface temperature is increasing so fast. So I'm increasing the speed of the simulation, and the color of the sun has been changed completely, and the temperature has been increased up to 13,000. If I just, for example, multiply it by 10, this is more than 300 times more luminosity, and the surface temperature now it is more than 24,000 kelvins. This is another parameter which helps you to make lots of scenarios. If you are a video creator, or if you want to test it for yourself, you can play with these parameters, because I don't want to make this video so long and help you to get the most of these videos. So I'm not getting stuck with these parameters. I'm just introducing to yourself, and each of them can be a subject for making a video for yourself. You can increase all of them, the surface temperature, the luminosity, and see the results. I will bring it back to the normal amount, and you can see the temperature is going down again to the normal amount. It's going back to that 5,500, something like that, which it was in previously before our changes. Again, we have speed of the sun. You can play with it. You can change the parameters from meter per second to kilometer per second, or kilometer per hour. It's upon you in which parameter it's easier for you to work with. If you just increase, for example, the speed of the sun, you can see the sun is going in its path much more faster. You can see the whole path of the orbiting in this view. If you just click on the view, there is an option trails, which helps you just to see the trails of the planets. Also, you can change it to the orbit. The scene would be so crowded, would be maybe some of the parameters are unrecognizable, but you can see the whole path, whole orbit of all planets from here. By the way, we have increased the speed of the sun, and the sun is going much faster, and you can see how it can affect the orbits of all planets. When the sun goes faster, lots of orbits of the planets are being changed. Some of them cannot even follow the sun anymore, and some of them are going around the sun much more faster. So I would decrease it in a normal amount. It was around 27 meter per second. And if you have done anything which just like my scenario, which is the whole solar system is destroyed, so if I want to work again, I can reset the scenario. I can open from here again a fresh solar system, or easily I can just restart the scenario. You can see, for example, in my computer I have set in the setting let me show you. In the setting, there is a shortcut for restarting the scenario. You can see the default shortcut is Control plus R, which for me also this is Control plus R. So I just push the Control plus R and the scenario is reset again. So don't be worried at all. In Universe Sandbox you can do whatever you want, and if you just destroyed all the planets, you can just easily push the button Control plus R and make a fresh and new and healthy solar system again. And so this is the place that you can experience everything you want. Don't be worrying about anything. And also the other parameter for the sun or any the sun is actually a sample of all the nodes, all the planets in the Universe Sandbox. I am changing these parameters on the sun, but easily you can change them in any planet you want. For sure in future we will show these parameters on Earth or any other planets, and we can also play with them. For example, you can change the rotational period. Right now the sun is going around itself. The period of the sun around itself is 26 days. You can also play with this parameter. For example, you can decrease it. So right now the sun is really going faster around itself, and you can see when I just increase the rotation, decrease the rotational period, and the speed of the sun, which was turning around itself, it was so low. It was really turning around itself really fast, and it's just destroyed because of that. It cannot, the core couldn't absorb the surface anymore. I just restart it and do the scenario again, so I can see what is the limitation of the speed for the sun to go around itself. I'm just decreasing the rotational period really slowly and see how much sun can tolerate in this situation, because right now it's going faster and faster around itself, and if the speed is so high, for sure the gravity of the sun cannot keep the surface around itself, and it would lose lots of materials. So I'm decreasing, and actually I'm increasing the speed of the sun around itself by decreasing the rotational period. Let's see, right now this is half a day, so the sun is turning around itself one complete period, one complete rotational period. It's half a day right now. In 12 hours, a full day of the sun would be finished. So we are decreasing it. I want to see how much more it can tolerate and what is the situation now. Still we have the full mass for the sun, and let me slow it down, the simulation. So we are decreasing the rotational period. Sun is going around itself faster and faster. Now this is something like 2 hours. A full day and night for the sun right now is 2 hours or even less. This is the point. For around 8% of a day, which we can see in a calculator how much it is actually, the sun starts destroying. This is completely disintegrating and it's losing all the mass. You can see the mass is going down. If I just increase the speed again and again, which I'm doing right now, the sun is losing all the materials inside itself. Now we have around 80% of mass of the sun with this rotational period. We can also change it to the hour, so we can see this is a full day and night for the sun is 1 hour and 62. So it's going around itself very fast, and you can see the signs in the figure here. The sign something bad is happening to sun. Oh, this is the point. For something like less than an hour, if the sun wants to go around itself in less than an hour, it would be destroyed. The mass is 40%, something like that. And as you can see, it's really turning around itself very fast. Let me continue. So we can see the sun when the sun is destroyed completely. This is the point. I think we lost it completely. So in a number, something like 20 minutes or something like that, if the full period of the whole day after night, the rotational period, if it was something like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, half an hour, the sun would be destroyed and disintegrated completely. So I will finish this video right now. I don't want to be so long, and we have played with all these parameters in these 3 videos. In other videos I will show you the other parameters in other tabs, and also the tools, views, the other tabs which are useful for us. Just I want you to think about the ideas which you have, and write them in the comments for me, so I will make a video for them. And also, if it's possible for you, if your system is strong enough, if you can afford buying the software, it's really enjoyable. It can be a great rest for you after your work, to play around with this software. You can do whatever you want. If you're angry, you can destroy all the planets in any way you want. So it's a great pleasure for you for sure. And if you cannot do that, just write in comments for me whatever you want, which kind of simulation you want, and I will do them for you. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching this video. Please just subscribe and like, which can support me and really helps me to for my videos to be watched. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye bye.